It's a story we broke late last night. More than 1 million people have seen this clip we're about to show you.
Now, CitrusTV was first to obtain video of Syracuse Congressman Brandon Williams at a holiday party in Washington berating his former campaign manager. Watch this.
Every relationship you have, every single thing. You understand me? You understand me? You think I don't know? Hey, why don't you get the police in?
A lot to unpack there. Joining us now at the desk is the man who broke this big political story, our political reporter, Luke Radel. Luke, there's a lot going on here. Nearly 24 hours since this video was posted. What do we know?
Yeah, Chile, Zach, good evening. I spent the past 24 hours trying to unpack that altercation which happened last night at a holiday charity event in Washington. As you saw, Syracuse Congressman Brandon Williams launched into a fiery tirade accusing his former chief of staff of messing with his family. The man he confronted tells me he, quote, thought Brandon was going to swing on him. His body language was intense and confrontation was unprovoked. Williams, he said, made a beeline over to him from across the room. The full altercation lasted about 2 minutes, but the video stopped after Williams is seen grabbing the phone recording him and throwing it to the ground. The two former staffers involved and a third eyewitness say the congressman shouted, "Call the effing police," repeatedly as the waitstaff at the venue attempted to calm him down. Law enforcement was never called. He also referred to his former boss as being, quote, a complete effing psychopath. Taylor Wyneth, a spokesperson for Congressman Williams, calls the former campaign manager, quote, a disgruntled staffer, but confirmed the authenticity of the video we just showed you and its contents. Wyneth continued, quote, as a former nuclear submarine officer known for his temperament and poise, he says the incident should be a lesson to all, quote, never go after this Navy nukes family. Wyneth wouldn't elaborate on what the specific comments they allege were made by the staffers towards the congressman's family, both of whom deny ever making any such comments. Sarah Clee Hood, his Democratic opponent, reacted to the video telling me, quote, some say women are too emotional to hold elected office, and yet here is our esteemed Congressman Brandon Williams. She calls the conduct an abuse of power. Other Democratic candidates John Mannion and Clemmy Harris also condemned the tirade, but a new candidate in the field struck a different tone. Democrat Jacob Addington gave me his reaction today exclusively in studio.
And I'm sure if you followed me around with a camera all day, that you'd see some juicy stuff too. And I think one of the biggest problems with politics in our country right now is that everyone is so focused on making the other guys look bad, and we're not talking to each other about how we can solve our problems.
Yeah. Now, one more interesting person weighing in on this story, and I promise this is not a joke, is George Santos. Before he was expelled from Congress today for lying and unethical behavior, former Congressman Santos gave me a phone call last night to say that he was closely following the story. He tweeted out our video several times and then said that it demonstrates hypocrisy in the House. Take a listen to our conversation about his relationship with Brandon Williams.
Any experiences with him with angry rants like that, especially when he attacked 2 of my staffers earlier this year. I directed him to donors. I gave him donor contacts to call, put in good words for him because he was struggling to raise money. I mean, that was a public thing. Yeah. Nobody really believed in him because he was a little arrogant. People said he wasn't really humble and he lacked humility and all that stuff. But I didn't know him, and I'm like, hey, he's in my team. I'm going to help him.
And guys, I just have to mention how remarkable these past 24 hours have been, and that in the final hours before his historic expulsion today, George Santos was attacking our congressman and calling up yours truly. What a day it has been, you guys.
Indeed it has. Luke Radel, thank you so much.